Tuesday morning broadcast, JM in the AM. Well, we promised you Shmueli Ungar. That's right. Finally, a discussion about his brand new single. We'll find out how things are going in general. I want to ask him, since we've had, let's see, Sunday through Thursday last week, Sunday, Monday this week, 7 nights so far of post-Nachamu wedding season. We'll find out how that wedding season is going. He'll give us an insight into that. And, of course, we'll talk about the brand new single and plenty more. We'll start with a legendary selection from the great Shmueli Ungar on what we'll have to call, with the new single, a new Music Alert Tuesday at JM in the AM.
Ato Hashem,
Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, there it is. Mach Abracha. Not only known as one of Shmueli Ungar's absolute greatest hits, arguably the greatest hit. Well, we could sit and argue about that all day long. But it was a remarkable video as well. Remember that, folks? A remarkable video from Mach Habracha. With great pleasure on this Tuesday morning, we welcome Shmueli Ungar to JM in the AM. Shmueli Ungar, shalom, shalom. Welcome back to your favorite radio show, JM in the AM. How are you on this Tuesday morning?
Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Good morning. Tuesday morning. Yom shenichbu bo kitov. What a great day to be on with you, Nachum.
You could say that again, and you've declared many times that this is your favorite radio show. Am I right about that?
You know you are.
Now, what year was it? I talk about that video and how, I mean, it wasn't just a great video. It was sort of revolutionary in a bunch of ways. What year was that you released that Mach Habracha video?
The video Mach Habracha with Mayor K and Stule Meir, I think it was maybe 2018, 2018.
It's already 8 years ago. And still, as you and I were discussing off the air, in some circles, that's for sure your number one song. There are others that are very close to it, but in some circles, Mach Habracha was a complete breakthrough hit for you.
Yes, absolutely. Many people, especially not hassidic guys, they stop me with their children and they talk about Mach Habracha, how the kids fall asleep to it and how they must watch it in the morning. My son wakes up and he must see it. And it's been 8 years now, but they don't want to change. They listen to Mach Habracha, that starts their day.
And by the way, even though we'll never, ever, make believe that this is the real reason, and I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, the real reason that one releases a great song, frankly, is to do what you've done, and that is to, escalate to the top of the Jewish music world. But it must be an amazing byproduct that so many people became more and more aware of certain brachos, and that brachos, in a way, to some people became a bit more fun because of the song. I'm sure you've thought of that. Am I right? I
have thought about it, but that's like a madrage to say I put out music.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We know that that's not why you did it, but it is. I have to assume it exists, and if it does, it's a great byproduct.
Definitely. I mean, we Yidden, we do things for a higher purpose. We don't just do it to go through the motions.
That's true.
So. Yeah, it inspired people to make a brucha, or to even the storyline on the Mach Habracha is you keep on adding mitzvahs. As the Mikdash is finally built, it's a nice message.
No, I agree with you. Shmueli Ungar is with us live via telephone. We're calling it a New Music Alert Thursday. Excuse me, New Music Alert Tuesday, because he's got a brand new single. We actually made a big deal about the brand new single. I'll tell you why in a minute. What's doing with the wedding season? First of all, before we get to the wedding season of 2026, do you sometimes think of there are with all the crossover in the Jewish world, and there are a lot of artists who play at a lot of different venues and are attracted, to a lot of different crowds, et cetera, et cetera. But I still think it's few and far between that someone who's really recognized as a Hasidic singer really is accepted in every type of circle when it comes to our community. And I'm wondering if you ever think about how it happened that you've become so popular, for instance, in the more modern community, because, we there's certain singers where it's obvious to us why, they've been able to really do well in that market. But I think you'd agree with me that there are very few who've done what you've done. You ever think about that?
I do think about it, and I don't know. I don't know what to give it credit for. Maybe my mother, maybe the music I grew up when the music I listened to when I was growing up. I listened to a lot of not Hasidic music, like we listened to modern stuff and MBD and Yeshiva Boys Choir. And my mother always connected to that kind of music, and she herself grew up Chabad, not Hasidic. And yes.
So you're thinking that background gave you the ability to relate better to other audiences.
Subconsciously, for sure.
Right.
And when it mattered, it's when I started doing a lot of this modern weddings, and by the modern weddings, the main part of the wedding is the chuppah, right?
Right.
The chuppah is the big deal. Everybody sits down and they listen to the music, and they have the flower girls, and it's a big ceremony. But the Hasidim, the Iker Chasana is by the second dance.
Right.
So when I started doing this modern Litvische Yeshivische weddings, it's like 80% of my weddings are those kind of weddings. It was a lot of pressure for me because the chuppah, it's everybody's listening and you want to reach those high notes and you got to learn new songs. And that's when it started coming into play. The Kala was asking, do you know Oitcha Hashem? Now, most of the singers from my background, they don't know all these Eli Gerstner stuff, and they would have to start learning it.
Right.
And I had this advantage. I know most of these songs, and it came well into use that
I love
that I already knew it.
That's a great analysis. I like that a lot. That's a great and not too abstract, not as abstract as I would think. That's a good analysis. I like that. Shmueli Ungar with us live via telephone. All right, so we're talking about weddings. And by the way, one other thing about the whole chuppah, more modern, experience, you're putting in a lot of work. At a Hasidic wedding, your chuppah participation as a lead singer might be just a few minutes. But, at our type of weddings, you could be doing this for 20, 25 minutes up there total.
Yep.
It's much harder work.
It's harder work, not just because it's longer, because the people are actually listening. Even by the Hasidic Chasana, let's say they say, Shmueli, we want you to do the chuppah.
Right.
Like, it's not a big deal. The friends are not there. It's just the close family. And even the close family, they don't even necessarily come out to the ceremony. They just stay in their seats and they just go through the motions. It's not a big deal.
Good point. Good point. You're the one who's in the back of the room watching everybody go out to speak on their cell phones during the chuppah. Shmueli Ungar with us live via telephone. All right, so what's happened over the last 7 nights? You had Sunday through Thursday last week after Nachamu. There's already been Sunday and Monday this week where people can make chasanas, where people can have weddings. Has it been an active season so far post Tisha B'Av or not?
It has been an active season, but surprisingly, I only did one wedding since. I've done many camps. There's a lot of camps on my schedule.
Right.
And the weddings, I did one wedding on Thursday. And my next wedding is next week, actually.
And what's the camp schedule? Like you travel up every single time, or you stay up there for a couple of days? Like, how do you handle it?
No, I travel up every single time. And not all the camps are in the mountains in New York.
That's
a lot of them A lot of them are like in a different place in upstate. So in Pennsylvania, there was a camp.
Right.
So yeah, I travel a lot. I like to drive. I enjoy driving. I listen to a podcast and drive up.
Yeah, you're listening to the Nachum Segal Network as you drive up to camp. So what's going on this summer? Because camps are always a good indication of what songs are hot out there. So obviously you go to a camp, you have to sing Macha Baruch. I get that. But what else has been in great demand this summer?
This summer in great demand is Hashivenu by Hanan Ben Ari.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm sure you know it.
Sure.
You play it a lot on the radio?
Yeah, of course. That's a good one. Wow. And that's
all the camps are requesting it.
So you have if you're at a camp this summer, you must include that in the show.
Absolutely. I even did a joke, and like before we started the Kumsitz, I asked the kids, I said, so I've been told that we must do a song. You guys know Hashivenu? And everybody says, yeah. And I start doing Hashivenu, and they said, boo.
Very good. Starting up with the audience. I like that.
You got to always mix it up. You got to mix it up. And the camps are way easier than weddings, because the camps, the energy is already there. All you have to do is just like light the match, and the place just blows up.
And they're all singing with you, right? They're all singing with you,
singing and dancing, asking for selfies, and it's everything.
Any of these camp shows go really late, like midnight, 1 o'clock? Like any of them really go deep into the night or not?
No.
Thank God, huh? Thank God. And what about Motzei Shabbos? Did you do anything Motzei Shabbos Nachamu? You have anything Motzei Shabbos coming up? Because those could be really late nights.
Yeah. So Motzei Shabbos, it does go late, but on a regular weekday, they try to finish, let's say, at 11, 12. Lal Shishi, they can go later than usual.
Right.
On a regular night, they finish up, like, say, I did a camp this week, Camp Achim, and we were done by 10:45. They had to go Dav Mamarav, and so by 11 o'clock it was done. It was there with me and Joey Newcomb and Avrami Rosenfeld. We had a great time.
Oh, that must have been a great show.
It really was. You know, Joey comes in with his energy. How are you over there? And it's sometimes difficult to match his energy right there on the spot. You know, you got to build it up.
I got to figure out a way. Where are you? You're in Rockland County, right?
Yes,
I gotta figure out a way to do a morning show where you and Joey Newcomb perform live. Maybe we'll come to Muncie one morning. I'm telling you, the energy. You know, thank God I got a lot of early morning energy, but you're among the few artists that also has it. Most of you guys, you know, can perform late at night, but have difficulty early in the morning. But it seems you're always on. It seems he's always on. It seems like there's always great energy. Where were you, Nachamu? Were you up in Muncie area for Nachamu?
Yeah, Motzei Shabbos Nachmu. I was here in Muncie with the Chevra are from Muncie, but the bungalow colony is in the mountains. Harmony, you know, Harmony Hills, Hassidic Chevra.
Right, good Chevra.
Motzei Shabbos Nachmu is more by the Litvische Chevra. They celebrate Motzei Shabbos Nachmu, but the Hasidische Oilem, not so much. Like camps, I can't remember when I did a camp, a Motzei Shabbos Nachmu, a Hasidische camp. The Litvische, they go nuts. Motzei Shabbos Nachmu is a big deal for them.
And the Hasidim go to they go to the volleyball court, right?
The Valley, they party every night. It doesn't have to be Motzei Shabbos Nachmu.
I remember last summer I visited somebody at a Satmar bungalow colony, and I saw this volleyball court, and I said, volleyball? I said, yeah, Motzei Shabbos, are you kidding? You know how popular volleyball is here, Motzei Shabbos? I guess, hey.
Yeah.
That's something I can't relate to. We're more into the music on Motzei Shabbos. Shmueli Ungar is with us live via telephone. All right, why did we bring you on? Because I had this whole discussion. It was more of a monologue on the air about your brand new song. I, of course, saw the word and I related it to what I am used to. It's Horova. So I said, oh, he wrote a song about the old city in Yerushalayim, Horova, right? The Jewish quarter. But then everybody jumped all over me, and then finally you gave me the final word on this song. It has nothing to do with Yerushalayim. It's actually a Yiddish expression. Explain what it's all about.
So I want to ask you a question afterwards. Yeah. So the word is Horova.
Horova. Horova. Did I do that right? Horova.
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 Horova. That's the word in Yiddish, and the meaning of it is Yegias HaTorah. How do you say Yegias HaTorah in Yiddish?
Amelus. So you're right. How do you say it in Yiddish? So you're saying it's Horova.
Exactly.
I thought you were asking me how to translate it. How do we translate it? I know.
Translated in Yiddish.
I know how I would translate it. Orangutan. Is that right? Orangutan would be the same or not?
Yes, it can be, but Horova would be the right definition of it. A Mailam Batoira.
Right.
But I want to understand, how did you get to Horova?
Because it says here, when I got the song delivered to me, it was spelled Horova. So
that's how we spell it.
Right. So my default was, it must be about Horova. It must be about, Rova means quarter, and the Rova, we refer to the Jewish quarter as the Rova. So I said, Horova. Uh-huh. He has a song about the Jewish quarter. But boy, was I wrong.
I hear you. Maybe we should have spelled it differently. But I need to understand, how do you get, if it's Horo. O has the same sound. If you're gonna say Horova, why don't you say
right?
Ho?
Because
Horova.
No, it would be an A. Horova. Harova. However, I am so used to people who are not very familiar with the English language, or at least not as familiar as I am. I'm so used to the misspellings. I just assumed that it's misspelled. that they didn't spell it right as they were translating it to English. That's all. It's as simple as that.
I hear you.
Anyway, the bottom line is the song is supposed to inspire people to really get into Torah study, correct?
Yes, to really start learning Torah and make kavayas item la Torah every day. I try to learn every day. Do you, Nachum, do you have a sheet every day?
Well, I don't have a shear, but I try my best to, keep up with a regular schedule. Let's put it that way.
I know. It's really hard. So there's this individual, he lives in Chicago, Illinois. His name is Shmueli Lichtman.
Yeah.
And he's on this mission to get the word out, to just learn Torah.
So he's the one who composed the song?
He doesn't compose it, but he produced it. He funded it, and he was on top of it. The composer was Yitzi Bold. Yitzi Bold composed Horova.
Very nice.
Yes, Yitzi Bold. And he also did the other song. This is the second song already from this Just Learn Torah production. The first one was the song Just Learn Torah.
So that's your song, and we played it, and now I see why you're on this mission. You're basically now a partner with somebody who really wants to make a real mission out of this.
Yes, something like it. So he's producing the music, I'm singing the track, and I'm singing it with the boys, and trying to get the word out. I have a concert in Haifa next week in Israel, and the boys, even before the song came out, they were told that there's coming a song for the summer, and they needed it before the 3 weeks, so they should learn it, because when I come for the concert, they must sing it along with me.
Wow.
So
what do you mean
singing it with the bucher?
That's what you mean by the boys. You're singing in Haifa for a group of kids.
Exactly, and it's not just singing the song and spreading the message, but actually practicing it with the boys. And I say Horova, and they answer Lehren Torah noch, and I say again, yeah. So it's exciting, and hopefully we'll make a Kiddush Hashem with this song, and folks will start learning more. I mean, myself included.
Did Yitzi write the other one also?
Yes, Yitzi Bold wrote the first one, Just Learn Torah, and he wrote this one, Horova. It was in a collaboration together with Naftali Schnitzler, Yankee Steinmetz, Lipa Braun, and Hershey Weinberger. But Yitzi Bold came up with the concept, and it's his composition.
A lot of big names on that list. A lot of big names in the world of composing on that list. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're going to play this song, let everybody hear it. Maybe we'll do the other one as well, because this way people will get the idea of what's going on here with your campaign, so to speak, to get everybody to learn more and more Torah. Shmueli Ungar is with us live via telephone. He's got the brand new music for us here at JM and the AM. It is, in fact, called Horova, if I have that pronounced properly. And
yes.
And here it is for you at JM and the AM.
En als ze zo'n leren teure nog en nog. En als zo just learn teure. Leren teure nog en nog, nog en nog. Waarvan weg kan jeden jaar nog en nog. Leren teure nog en nog. Alle jiddische kinderlijk. Leren teure nog en nog en nog. Leren teure nog en nog, nog en nog. Waarvan weg kan jeden jaar nog en nog. Leren teure nog en nog. Alle jiddische kinderlijk. Leren teure nog en nog en nog. Wie wil haar teure, die beste schoire. So just learn teure. In harde, leren teure nog. In harde, wat maar weg de bejag. In harde, in harde, in leren teure nog en nog en nog. In harde, leren teure nog. In harde, wat maar weg de bejag. In harde, in harde, in leren teure nog en nog en nog. Leren teure nog en nog en nog en nog. Waarvan we kan jeden jaar nog en nog. Ai, leren teure nog en nog. Alle jiddische kinderlijk. Leren teure nog en nog en nog. Leren teure nog en nog, nog en nog. Waarvan we kan jeden jaar nog en nog. Leren teure nog en nog. Alle jiddische kinderlijk. Leren teure nog en nog en nog. Wie wil haar teure, die beste schoire. So just learn teure. In harde, leren teure nog. In harde, wat maar weg de bejag. In harde, in harde, leren teure nog en nog en nog. In harde, leren teure nog. In harde, wat maar weg de bejag. In harde, leren teure nog en nog en nog.
JM in the AM. It's brand new from Shmueli Ungar. Horova. Getting more and more, especially of the youth in our community, to learn more and more Torah. What do you think of the tempo on that, Shmueli Ungar? What do you think of the beat on that? Very 2026. What did you say?
Yeah, it's higher energy. I think the tempo is 128. That's the disco. But Shmueli, the producer of this track, he said that this time around we got to go for an upbeat song. And we got to bring the energy to it. Although the slower song also made waves and people were connecting to it.
Yeah, it's true.
But he says we got to bring the lebendige stuff. So we sat down, we did something lebendig.
Did I see on social media somewhere where you were doing the song with a group of kids where they were responding to the Horova? Didn't I see that somewhere? Am I crazy? I thought I saw.
No, you did see it.
Yeah, where was that?
Sure, yes.
Where was that?
That was maybe either in Camp Achim or it was in Camp what's it called, Aliyah. Like I said, so I go it over with the boys and I say Horova, and they have to repeat Leren Teure noch. So yeah, you heard of 24/6, I'm sure, of the streaming app.
We're with them. We're with them on 24/6.
Avada, you with them. 24/6 has taken the world by storm.
That's
I remember in the beginning stages they didn't know what they were doing, but now it's taken off, and all the camps have these devices, and they listen to the music. And when I go to weddings, the boys come up and they say, "Let's do a video for 24/6." And basically, what you do is you ask the boys, like a selfie video, "Guys, where do you listen to you? What's your favorite platform?" And all the boys say 24/6. And I send it to Chaim Weiss, and he puts it up on 24/6, and the boys see it, and other boys want to get on. And so whenever they see different singers, they say, "Put us on 24/6." So it's starting to become very boring again and again. Where do you listen to music? 24/6. Yay. We got to come up with something. We got to be more creative. So this week I said, you know what? Let's do Horova together. And this is what we're going to put up on 24/6. So we did a video of me practicing it with the campers. And I sent it to Chaim Weiss, and he was really excited, and he put it up there. So it's like a competition. All the boys want to see themselves. Even after I did the video, different boys came, we got to do the video for 24/6. And I told them we already did it. No, we got to do another one because I'm not in it. So everybody wants to be in the video.
Boy, you've started a new trend, it seems. Wow. When are you leaving for Haifa?
Emet Hashem, the 9th, next week, Sunday.
There you go. You'll be in Israel. We need more and more people to visit Israel. It's empty from Americans. American Jews are not going to Israel right now. We need more and more people to go. Well, it's more expensive times, frankly, but it's difficult. How long are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there for a week. I got to be back on Monday, the next one. I have a wedding, so I got to be back.
Any other shows?
I'll be there for 7-8 days.
Any other shows or just Haifa?
Yes. I have some other shows. I'm going to do a show with Naftali Kemper.
Nice.
I have a different show with Moti Weiss. I have a manager in Israel, so he runs all the bookings and all the schedules. It's easier for me that way.
Nice.
I don't know everything beforehand. Yeah.
There you go. Shmueli Ungar. Shmueli Ungar at the top of the Jewish music world. What does it look like from the top of that mountain? How do things look from there?
It's pretty lonely. You know what I'll tell you?
Lonely at the top. I like that.
It is lonely, yeah.
Well,
but it's nice. It's me.
You don't mean that.
What do you mean I don't mean it? It's true. It's true. The truth is that all my life when I started singing, everybody wants to be the number one, the number two singer up there. And you never reach it, right? As soon as you become a popular wedding singer, you want to be like Yishai Ribo. And then when you're Yishai Ribo, you want to be Hanan Ben Ari. And then when you're Hanan Ben Ari, you want to be Ayel Golan. And then it goes to the Goyish artists. The ceiling continuously goes up and up. I remember when I first checked in on Spotify, and I saw I have 50,000 monthly listeners. I got so excited, but then I went and I looked at other singers and I see this guy has 450,000. Reboinu Shel Olam, I'm just now only covering the bottom of the barrel and we have to get started. So the point is that you always want to reach higher and higher, but when you are there up high, it's hard to relate to the other singers and you want to be nice and you don't want to be about gava. It has its own challenges.
Wow.
Let's just say that.
I love the honesty of your assessment. I love it. Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Can I throw you a curveball over here, Nachum, on the air? I didn't discuss it with you before, but I think it's very important. But I want to know, have you ever heard of Bitcoin?
Yeah, of course.
What did you hear about Bitcoin, Nachum?
What have I heard about it? What do you mean, what have I heard about it?
You heard of Bitcoin. What is it? Is it some kind of exercise? Is it some kind of new sport? What is Bitcoin?
It is a cryptocurrency.
Very good. It's the cryptocurrency. Anyway, for all the listeners on JM in the AM, now you have the information. Bitcoin is something very, very important, and it's not always going to be available to purchase. So you got to look into it. This is a public service announcement for your listeners. A special message, Nachum. I'm trying to figure out
where this comes from. Why is Shmueli Ungar encouraging people to buy up whatever Bitcoin they can?
So again, I didn't say now buy. I said to study it, look into it. That's why I said I never tell people to buy it because that's a bigger responsibility, and I'm not a financial advisor. But this Bitcoin, I'm telling you, in 20 years from now, your grandkids are going to ask you, Nachum, what did you buy in 2025 and 2026 and 2027? This is such a big revolution that if I don't talk about it, I'm gonna beat myself up in 20 years.
But are you somebody who studies markets? Are you somebody who's very, I don't know, into business? Like what?
No. I'm in the singing business, and I stumbled upon this Bitcoin thing. And I studied it. I didn't just look into it for 5 minutes and read a few headlines.
Because you know, if I wanted to buy one Bitcoin today, it would cost me $64,000.
That is correct. But to say that is like saying I'm not buying gold because 1 ton of gold is 250,000.
Right.
So you don't have to buy a full ton of gold. You buy an ounce or a gram. The same as with Bitcoin. You buy for $1 worth, for $5 worth. It's divisible. It's something so revolutionary, and that's why it's profoundly misunderstood. But we are the Am HaNivcher. We are supposed to be the smartest people on planet Earth, and we must figure this out before the rest of the world does. Because once that door is closed, you're going to be working for Bitcoin. Your grandkids are not going to believe you that you were one day able to buy it with US dollars or with Argentinian pesos or with the Russian ruble. Folks would take these Russian rubles and the Chinese yuan and they would sell you Bitcoin. They're not going to believe you, but this is where we're standing now.
All right,
crazy.
I'm not. I have no skin in this game. This was completely brought up by Shmueli Ungar as he says, as a curveball. So I'm not offering any advice to anybody, and certainly no financial guidance. But he's not doing that either. He's simply saying that he suggests that everyone study it as best as possible. Look into it.
Correct.
Wow.
Exactly. You're always going to have that uncle say it's a scam, it's the CIA. Get past all of that. Please, please, please. Don't let it discourage you.
Is it always
dig deeper, go down?
Is it always an uncle that does that? It's never anybody else. It's always an uncle.
It's always the uncle. It's that kind of guy thinking they're smarter than everybody and just poo-pooing it and saying it's a scam and it's like an internet bubble, blah blah blah.
Have you been? Yeah.
Go ahead. It's like it's the first thing people ask, and it's the easiest. It's the easiest to move past. It's meaning if you're not going to look into it, it's very easy to say this is going nowhere and it's just a scam, and then buy real estate, something you can hold and something you can smell. That's the first like hurdle. The word is if you got to jump that past. You got to look into it a little deeper. You know, practice the Am HaNivcher part. Don't just get discouraged because they say it's an internet scam. Look into it. Don't be a tzoyek l'she'over.
We brought Shmueli Ungar on to discuss Horova and learning Torah. And look what ended up happening. An analysis of cryptocurrency. Fascinating. Just fascinating. Hey, we got to put this together. We got to do a live show one morning with you and Joey Newcomb. How do we do that? Can we come to Muncie? You have a space? You have a space for us to broadcast from Muncie?
Well, if Joey will be available, I know in the morning time he has his Shirem and he has his.
Where is he? What city is he in? Do you know?
I think he lives in the 5 towns. You have the names of the 5 towns. I'll tell you which one it is.
Cedarhurst, Woodmere, Hewlett, Inwood.
Yes, I think no, that's one it is. See, I think he lives in Cedarhurst.
I don't know. Maybe we could put it together one day. What's the most recent kosher restaurant you've been to?
The recent kosher restaurant I've been to, Nobo's Wine and Grill recently opened up again. His name is Jason.
Yeah, right here in Teaneck, New Jersey, right?
In Teaneck, yeah. COVID closed him down. He was closed like for 5 years, and he opened up again like a half a year ago. It's really, really good. You know what he makes really good? The soup. His soup is excellent.
I've had that. It's fantastic. So there you go. That's where Shmueli Ungar has been most recently. But we've covered everything this morning. We covered some music. We covered the wedding scene. We covered crypto. We covered kosher eateries. We covered the geography. We covered the geography of trying to find Joey Newcomb. We covered everything. It's amazing.
And Kavayas item latoira. Kavayas item latoira.
Yeah,
make a shir every day.
This is your campaign. Are there places in Muncie to find a shir? There are shirim in Muncie, right?
There's a lot of shirim. I have a Maggid shir. You can laugh. I call him every day. He was my Maggid shir when I was 14 years old. His name is Reb Leibish Deitch. He lives in Monroe. I call him every day after 12, between 12 and 8, and we learn for 10 minutes Arachaim HaKudish. It's one of my mini shirim I have.
Wow. But you grew up in Monroe?
Yeah. Yes, I grew up in Kiryas Yoel in Monroe.
And you heard of Nachum Segal?
Yes, I heard of Nachum Segal. Like I said, my mother grew up in Australia, so she didn't speak any Yiddish. So she tuned into JM in the AM every morning from 6 to 9. That's when it goes, and I would wake up, and that's what we would listen to.
All right, so I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm just curious. Those of us outside of your community are under the impression that it's that you're breaking the rules if you have a regular conventional radio. Is that accurate or not?
Define breaking the rules.
Well, that if they find out that Shmueli Ungar's family listens to a regular radio, Shmueli Ungar's never getting married.
No, it's not that extreme. It's they would consider it open-minded. They would consider it, in that area. Not they're not gonna not do a shidduch with me.
What if you had the New York Times delivered to your house?
Yeah, that probably is a little bit worse.
Did you know anybody? Did you know anybody who got a secular newspaper in their home, or that didn't exist?
The most secular was the Hamadiyah.
That was it. It had to be a Jewish newspaper.
maybe the Yeduot Achronot.
Oh, really? Yediot made its way in there?
And the Galilas of Monroe, not in Monroe, like in the outskirts, Seven Springs and Mountain View, those places. By the way, like a special mailbox.
By the way, you're the guy I have to discuss this with. I know we're way over time. If you have to go, let me know. You're the guy I need to discuss this with. On Chol Moed Pesach, I've for whatever reason, I was in Monroe for Shacharis and Musaf. It was Chol Moed Pesach. And I went to the first minyan in that, not in the main, not the big shul with the 12 different shuls inside the shul. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Polish. Where did you go?
What street is that? What's the name of that street?
Garfield.
Right.
Garfield Road.
So on Garfield, if you're heading up, the big shul that I just described is on the left. I went to the one on the right. Like a little bit up the hill on the right. You know which one I'm talking about?
That's Reb Zalman Leib's shul. Yes. There's two kinds of Satmar. There's Reb Aaron and there's Reb Zalman Leib.
So the one on the one on the left had no Vasikin minyan on Chol Hamoed, but the one on the right did. So I went to that one.
I don't know which side of Garfield you're coming. If you're coming from the right side, then you're referring to the left. So, I don't know which one.
Well, one second.
About.
One of the shuls is on more of an incline. One of the shuls is higher up, right? Isn't one of the shuls higher up than the other in terms of just the topography?
No. No. Garfield is a straight. Is straight.
One of the shuls has a parking lot. The other one doesn't.
All right, so the one with the parking lot is the big shul from Rabban, but you didn't go there.
Yes. No, I went to the one with the parking lot. I go to the one with the parking lot.
Makes sense.
Okay, because the one across the street did not have. I went to the one across the street, Erev Yontif, but it didn't have it didn't have Vasikim minyan Chol Hamoed. So I went to the one across the street, meaning the one with the parking lot, and I walk in and I am like, I'm obviously, people can tell I'm not from Monroe, okay?
Right. What gave it away?
I mean, I was wearing a respectable shirt, but no jacket. And, I'm not wearing tefillin. We don't wear tefillin Chol Hamoed. But, and I have a nice tallis. I was wearing my Yontif tallis. But it was obvious that, all right. Anyway.
And they were nice to you? I'm sure they were nice to you.
But here's my point. This is why I'm bringing this up. I couldn't believe it. I have in my shirt pocket, as I'm standing there, I have my iPhone. I'm not dafka. I'm not being a dafkanik. I just, my iPhone is in my shirt pocket. I couldn't believe they gave me Levi. I could not believe they gave a guy who, likely did not go to mikveh that morning, and likely, and certainly, and is holding a phone, a smartphone. Not holding, but it's in my pocket. It's obvious it's in my pocket. And they gave me Levi. I couldn't believe it. I was thrilled that they didn't have, one of these rules that someone like me couldn't get an aliyah there.
Listen, if you would be a Yisroel, this would be an interesting story. You're a Levi, so there's most of the time there's like a shortage of Levium.
Was there another Levi in shul? You're asking. I didn't think of that.
Yes.
So I may have been the only.
Yamoy,
I may have been the only Levi. You're saying.
Yes, you were the only guy holding up his hand with the iPhone in their pocket, saying I'm a Levi. So they were kind of stuck with you. What I will tell you, Nachum, that I think you have a little bit of a negative look on this Hasidim. We unfortunately, all of us have iPhones.
No, I don't look at it negative. I thought it's a rule. Like for them, it's a legitimate rule, and I thought it was a rule. I wasn't going to complain. I didn't have a negative outlook. This is what they do. If this is their policy, it's their policy. I was surprised that if it is their policy, they went against it, and if it's not their policy,
So it should be a saying, but there's no policy. There's no policy of if you have your phone in your pocket, if you take it out and you start taking pictures and I know.
But if they know that, look, I was always told that if someone owns a smartphone, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Maybe this is also not true. If someone owns a smartphone, they can't be an aide at a wedding. Is that true or not?
It's extreme. It's extreme.
Oh,
even
so
the Hasidic places.
So it's only a select few. It's only a select few.
Yeah, and even the select few, I don't know how much they enforce these rules.
Right.
You know, you can't exclude yourself from society.
So we only hear the crazy stories. We just hear the crazy stories.
Yes. Yes,
So,
you pick up the juicy ones.
So this Gabbai who gave me Levi, here's what they do. Here's how this happened. I think you're right. I must have been the only Levi because they sell the Elias.
Yes.
And they started the bidding for Levi at $5 and nobody bid. I wasn't going to bid because I didn't know if they'd give me an Elias. I didn't bid. And then when he saw that nobody was buying it, he came over to me, "Are you a Levi?" Okay, so maybe I was the only Levi. So I went to the Gabbai.
There you go.
So I went to the Gabbai after davening. And I said, I'd like to give you $5, as a donation because, legitimately, you normally, raffle off or you auction off the Elias, and I'd like to give you $5 for the shul. And he was very thankful. He thought that was a very nice gesture because obviously they were stuck. They needed a Levi. So he thought it was a nice gesture. And then he says to me, it would be very nice if you came to daven in this minyan every morning.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, that's a very nice thing to say. Like,
Yes.
I was like such a and I said to, what I said to him? I said to him, well, honestly, I'm much, much closer to the Satmar based Medrash in Williamsburg
Monroe.
than I am to Monroe. And he laughed at, when I told him I'm living, right across the river from Williamsburg. So he laughed. But yeah, wasn't that nice? And that was my nice Chol Hamoed Pesach encounter with your brethren in Monroe.
Very nice. How was it when you went up to the Sefer Torah? Instead of saying Baruch es Hashem Amvorech, you said Baruch Hu.
It's very funny. I'll tell you, that whole thing is always funny, when you're. But you want to know something? Especially that minyan. I think they're very used to it because I got the feeling that a lot of guys who aren't Hasidim but need an early morning minyan go there. In fact, I had a friend who lived in Monroe, also pronouncing the words properly. I had a friend who lived in Monroe, but not in the Hasidic area, and he'd go every morning to an early morning minyan. So I'm sure they're used to it, welcoming all different types of people to their minyan.
100%, 100%. Yes.
So there you go.
You will rarely find modern Litvish yeshivish people davening in the minyanim like 11, 12, 1 o'clock. Those minyanim are primarily Hasidim.
Correct.
You were going to say something.
The noon shachris has never met a modern person. Correct.
That's right. Yes. You can be sure of that.
What street did you grow up on in Monroe?
In the early, until Kitta Vuv, I was on Skonemonk Road. The Beis L'chaim is on Skonemonk Road. You heard of Skonemonk?
No.
Yes, Skonemonk. It's really hard to spell. SCH. Oh, it's a long name. So until Kitta Vuv, until I was 10 years old, by 9/11, I lived on Skonemonk, and then I moved to Yisrael Jupnik. Yisrael Jupnik used to be a big millionaire. He gave a lot of money for the Satmar Kehillah, so they named the street after him, like Getzelberger and Motchesher. We have a lot of names after philanthropists who donated for the community. The name is Shmuel.
How did he make his money?
How Shmuel Zupnik made his money, I don't know. Not from Bitcoin.
No, he never listened to JM and the AM, so he never heard about it.
That's right. No,
See?
but Bitcoin has started in 2009. It's only 17 years old. It's a very young asset class.
Well, what do you
So it
think?
wasn't around
You
back
think he made it in real estate? Like, what do you think? You're just assuming so?
I have no idea. I don't know. There's a lot of millionaires.
I know. When
today.
when you grew up, the millionaires in Monroe were mostly in real estate, or many of them were manufacturers. Like, what line of work were they in?
Real estate, I would say.
Right.
Building, contracting, developers, roofers, doing construction. Those were I don't know, millionaires, but they had the nice fancy cars, and in the Shield they had Zois Nidvas, Beire Sheinbraun, those kinds of guys.
You see what's going on now on Route 17?
No, I haven't seen
the construction by the side of the road. There's a lot of new units going up there. A lot of new units.
Yes. Yep.
I mean,
it's getting bigger and bigger.
The area between Monroe and Chester.
Yeah, it's being filled up. It's going crazy.
I mean, those units are up, and they're not even occupied yet.
Yeah, they're building it. We have a lot of children, the Hasidim. They're showing Hitler who is boss in the end, and we're just keep on multiplying.
100%. Yeah, well, that part I certainly agree with. I feel bad because it's hard to maintain an infrastructure of a community like that. It's very difficult. It's very
well.
difficult.
He has the Rabbaim. I think Reb Aaron, the Satmar Rebbe, he lately he gave a big speech regarding the prices of these units, of these apartments, and he's capping them at a certain amount, and he's telling these contractors that they will not be allowed to sell to sell these apartments for more than a certain amount of money. He's trying to help the community as much as possible financially wise.
Wow. What a responsibility. I wouldn't want to have the weight that's on his shoulders. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
What a responsibility to try to continue a community like that. Unbelievable. You have any estimate how many people live in Monroe? You have any clue what the number is?
Well, when I was growing up, they kept on throwing around the number that we have 2,000 families. I would assume by now it's probably between maybe 10 and 15,000 families already.
Wow.
You can see by the Boimer fire every year. The Boimer fire, when the Satmar Rebbe makes the fire, like in front of that big shul where you're davening v'sikin, the whole parking lot, all the steps, everything is just black, full of participants seeing the big barn fire. But that's when you can get a little bit of a glimpse of how big it has become.
So I got to visit on Lag Bomer.
You can visit on Lag Bomer, yes. I can't promise you an Aliyah, but you can go visit it.
Well, if I visit Lag Bomer, I'll make one stop before that. You know where I'm going to be stopping before I go up there for Lag Bomer?
Where would you go? To the Satmar roof?
No, at the kosher gas station. Do you
make a stop at the
Do you know the kosher gas station in Monroe?
I do. Yeah, you're excited about that? Yeah, Shulam, that's why.
I mean, a kosher gas station. I shouldn't be excited. I mean, come on. How on?
I guess I take it for granted already.
I was just going to say this is terrible to hear your reaction. I think it's the most unbelievable thing out there. Kosher gas station.
You're probably right. Yes, it is a phenomenon. Yeah.
Nothing fleshach, right? Even the cholent is parv, correct?
Everything is part of over there.
Do you know the guys who own that?
No, maybe on his face. Maybe I was once told who owns it, but I don't know them personally.
And you never had friends who worked there or anything like that?
No.
That's
the
guy.
The people know me.
Right, that's true. You walk in, I'm sure they know you over there.
Yeah, I go in and they say, "Oh, what can we give you?" And what are you doing here? And it's so nice to see you and all those. Yeah.
That's the guy I got to interview. I got to interview the guy who works at that kosher gas station.
He knew who you are. He heard about JM and the AM and everything.
Yeah, I walked in. Nobody knows who I am over there. Are you kidding? Nobody has a clue. Yeah, I went to shul. I was actually able to daven. It was great. I'm kidding around, of course. I daven. Thank God I'm able to daven no matter where I go. But I'm just saying that, I was completely incognito. All they saw was one tall Jew. That was it. They make Jews this tall. That was the look I got. They make Jews that tall. Wow.
Yeah, you see.
Although when I was in shul there were a couple of really tall Hasidim. You should know, guys my height. So they make them tall up there as well.
Maybe I just saw on the news. There's like a 7-foot police officer just got. What's the word? Not inaugurated, but like he just took his vows and he became a police officer.
Oh, very cool.
Like a 7'1", like a really tall guy.
That's intimidating.
The news.
That's intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, there he is, Shmueli Ungar, with a whole host of topics today. My gosh, I could go on forever with you. There's so much to talk about. We haven't even touched the Satmar community in Williamsburg. We haven't said a word about them yet. We've been
It's the same as Monroe.
Whoa! Hang, are you taking your life in your hands? If the wrong people hear you say that, you're finished.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried the wrong people listening in here.
If someone asks you what kind of chassid you are, you still say Satmar, right?
Yes, I say Satmar because they see my payas, they see my whole levish.
Right.
I say Satmar because I am still, at my core, I still have all these Satmar values. Right. Not so much for the Medina. Satmar, they didn't like Israel.
Right.
I never connected to that part. I love Israel. I love the Koisel. I love everything about it. So even, the clientele that I sing for, many weddings that I see you over there, the Mechetunim asked me to do the Misha Beirach by the Chuppah.
Right.
And, that's a Satmar. That's a really big no-no.
Right.
That's like mamish supporting the Medina and supporting the Chayalim and supporting the everything, the Shula Shvias. But I asked my Rabbayim, and he told me for Parnusa, go ahead, do what you got to do for Parnusa.
Yeah, but even not for Parnusa, you have no problem doing it. It's not like you're uncomfortable doing it.
Right. It's a difficult song. It was difficult for me to learn, but now I finally learned it.
Yeah, that is a tough song.
Until I didn't learn it, I was telling them, listen, I'm Satmar, it doesn't make any sense. But once I learned it, I don't have a problem.
Does Daskal do it? I think Daskal does it, no? I think so.
I don't know. Daskal is not Satmar. Daskal is Vishnitz. So Vishnitz is completely different when it comes to the Medina and Israel. Yeah. It's
good point. That's great. Oh, there you go. And where do you daven Shabbos? Like, are you in a real Satmar shul in Monsey, or you're in a different type of shul?
No, I'm in a shul over here, and by the corner of my street is called the Vash, Dalet Bais Shiam. The Rosh Hashanah is the Barn Shul, the Vash, the Barn Shul.
What does that mean, the Barn Shul?
It started out in COVID. It's a big billionaire who has his complex, and he has a lot of different units in his 5 acres. He has a mikveh, and he has a guest house, and one of the houses was like I don't know what it was, but in COVID he started making minyunim there, and it became bigger and bigger, and now even after COVID it remains to be a shul, and they call it the Barn Shul because it's like in a barn.
How many people come?
Oh, it's only open on Shabbos, and Shabbos we have there maybe 100 people already. And
it's regular Nusach Ashkenaz, or is some Hasidic taste to it?
It's a good question. It's Hasidic. It's Hasidic based. After davening, there's a big Kiddush and galaretta and herring. But the oilam there is like maybe 50-50.
Oh, but it's not Ashkenaz. It's probably Nusach Sfard, no?
Yes, it's Nisach Sfard. It's Nisach Sfard. But the Balkoira there has your Havura. Like it's not like yeah.
That's great. And what did you say? You said Gala what? Gala what did you
Galaretta. You never heard of Gala?
Oh, so that's Psha, right? Psha? Is that Psha?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
it's Psha, right?
People call it Psha. Psha, I guess so. So that's you ever had Psha?
When I am served Psha, at any point in my life, this proves to myself that sometimes I can outsmart other people. Whenever I'm served Psha, I tell the hostess that I'm allergic to Psha. That's how afraid I am. Because if you say you don't want it, they'll go like, "Oh, try it. It's so delicious. It's incredible." But if you say you're allergic, they take it away from you. Like, "Oh, I don't want it. I don't want to cause it." So I am unofficially allergic to pacha. and
That's very cute.
And gala is pacha, right?
Yeah, Petsei, I call it Petsei, not Pacha. But Petsei is a different machel. Petsei is like challah, dipped in the sauce of cholent, added on lemon juice, sugar, and garlic. That's
so this is totally different. I'm talking about like a jelly. Like there's a jelly type.
Yeah, we call it gala. Gala.
And you like it?
Oh, I love it. It gives me a real oinik Shabbos. You know how they make it? They make it with water and knee bones. And the knee bones give out all the fat when it's cooking. And then after cooking for a few hours, they get rid of the knee bones and they take all the fat and the meat from the knee bones and they ground it up and they mix it up with the water. And the water is so fatty because of the cooking the knee bones that it becomes a gel. And they add some garlic and oil. And it's a really oinik Shabbos. It really gives you a time in Shabbos.
Shmueli, hold on one second. Cancel my breakfast delivery, folks. Yeah, cancel the breakfast delivery. I can't eat after what he just said.
That's all it takes, Nachum. Come on.
Wow, I can't believe you enjoy it that much. Woo! I cannot
enjoy it, but you remind me when you tell the people serving you the gala that you're allergic. I have this relationship with alcohol. I don't like alcohol, and I don't like wine. I don't like whiskey and bourbon and scotch. I can't drink it. And there's always these kinds of happy people, especially on the programs, Pesach. They come to you with a special glass of wine. Shmueli, you must taste this and this. And that's when I always say, I've been sober now for 10 years.
How is that funny? So what do you make Kiddush on?
Grape juice.
Since you're a kid?
Since I'm a kid, yeah. My father passed away when I was 14, so I started making Kiddush for my mother and family when I was 14, and that's what I drink, grape juice. And I always tell people, I drink the grape juice, and I make like with my tongue, and I say, wow, this is very fruity. It goes down smooth. The language I can mix it in the Kiddush cup and smell it. I can do all the rituals with wine. I just like it. That's all, you know.
You're a real connoisseur. You're a grape juice connoisseur. Unbelievable. Wow. What we're learning about Shmueli Ungar this morning is amazing. Just incredible. Yeah, so I have the pacha, and the two other things that I do the allergic thing for is olives and grapefruit.
Olives and grapefruit.
Yeah.
Olives. Which olive? The black olives or the green olives?
Any type of olive.
Any type of olive. Interesting.
Yeah, candied olives.
Interesting.
There's no other food you completely avoid? There's nothing else you completely avoid?
Fervel. I'm not a big fan of fervel.
What's fervel?
I don't like it. I don't know, how do you call fervel? Like, you make it for Torah on Friday. Like small little, like couscous it looks like.
Oh, farfel, yeah.
Farfel. I don't like farfel.
And farfel. You don't like farfel or farfel.
Farfel or farfel. Let me ask you this. Do you eat chicken feet?
Yeah, but they're hard, outside of the I'm being serious now. Outside of the Hasidic community, it's very hard to get. You know that, right? Like most standard meat and butcher places will not do it, but I'm sure you have a butcher that does it, right?
I have a few butchers that have it. Yeah, there's a butcher in Williamsburg, Matas Cohn's butcher.
Right. Yeah, everyone talks about that one, right? And I when they're in the chicken soup, then I somewhat enjoy it. But that's the only way you'd eat it, right? You don't only eat it from the soup. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, in the chicken soup and from the petzei. When you make the petzei with the challah and the sauce from the cholent, that's when you put in some chicken feet and chicken necks.
Right. So that is hard to get outside of Williamsburg and whatever butcher you use. And the other thing that's hard to get, what's the other one?
Maybe goose liver.
Goose liver is almost impossible these days. But you have it? You have kosher butchers that have it?
No. I have friends who bring it back from Israel, and we make a night out and we grill some goose liver.
Yeah, even in Israel, it's starting to disappear a little bit. But yes, that's where you have it. You have it in Israel. The chicken feet. And is there anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that doesn't make it anymore it doesn't make it anymore into the regular butcher shop. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's only the chicken feet. What's the name? They have a name for the chicken feet. No, what do you say in Yiddish for chicken feet? Isn't it?
Chicken feestlich.
That's it.
Chicken feet.
Why do I think there's a different name for it?
Maybe for the gizzards, chicken gizzards, we call pipiklich.
Right. That's it. Correct. Wow, you know your stuff. You know your stuff.
Listen, I like to bench and I like to make bruches, so it's all involved in this.
That's the only reason you eat is to make because you enjoy making bruches so much. I like that. What do you do at the weddings? Do you ever eat anything? Because I know that when I perform anywhere, I will not eat almost the entire day until the actual stage performance is over. And that may shock you, but I mean, I don't know how many times I have literally, put nothing in my mouth for hours before getting on stage to host an event. What do you do at a wedding? Do you wait till it's all over before you eat anything?
No, I sometimes don't eat, but not out of principle or out of
right.
Not being able to sing. I just don't eat because I'm not interested in eating. I would rather mingle with people.
But you would never eat 10 minutes before you have to sing, right? Or am I wrong?
If I'm hungry, if I have a break and I'm hungry and they're bringing out the main course and it really looks, it looks like a Kiddush Hashem, then I will go for it.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I would think if I walked over to you and said you're going back on stage or you're going back on the bandstand in 5 minutes, I would think you would not eat anything at that point. Or it's not as drastic as that.
It's not as drastic. I would eat if I would want to, yeah.
So you could eat 60 seconds before going on stage?
I could, yeah.
Wow. That's to me, that's amazing. I mean, you see why I think it's amazing because I'm completely the opposite. But that's amazing. Wow. I'd be afraid of what I would sound like. Go figure. What are you working on now, by the way? Aside from the Torah project, do you have other albums coming out? Anything?
Yes. Two albums. I'm working on a collection album, like a wedding album. I've done two of them. One is called On Stage and one is called Backstage. I'm working on I'm working on a third one now. What do you think I should call it, Nachum? You see, everybody has a suggestion.
Backstage, new stage.
New stage? Okay, I think you can do better.
Wait, what was it was what? It was Backstage, and what was the other one?
Backstage.
And On
first
Stage.
one was On Stage.
On Stage, back. How about next stage?
Next stage. Yeah, Yoichi Briskman had this series with the Project X, and he said the next Project X. Remember? The new Project X.
He called it Project Next, right? He called it Project Next.
Yeah. So I'm going to call it Center Stage.
Nice. How did I not think of that?
Right. I know. So it's going to be Center Stage. So the On Stage, the first one I did with a band called Hamanagnim from Israel. Moshe Roth was the music conductor.
Right.
Backstage, I did with a band called Shia Collar Band. Have you seen the Shia Collar Band lately?
Got to check them out.
It's a new hassidic band.
Nice.
And this one I'm doing with the Zaltz Band. I'm sure you heard of Zaltz Band, Shloimi Zaltzman.
I mean, I watch his videos all the time.
There you go. On Instagram, he's going viral lately with the leading in with the talk back you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my wife always jokes with me how much I love the behind the scenes stuff. So you can imagine how much I love his videos.
Yes. But he does a lot of post-production. Like whatever you see, it's not copy-paste exactly on the job. Like I saw a video he put out with me, and it was like the announcement. And he finishes off the intro, and he says into the talkback, "And now, ladies and gentlemen," and then I come in. And it makes it look like that if he wouldn't give me the cue, I would know what to do.
Correct. Oh, yeah, believe me.
So much.
Yes.
Yeah.
But trust me, I read right into that shtick, but it's still great.
So he makes it look like he's running the whole show.
Correct.
He is responsible for 80% of it.
Right, but it's somewhat exaggerated. Yes.
You know?
Oh, I got to get him on the air. Does he speak English?
Yes, he does. Actually, he doesn't speak Yiddish. He wants to come on my podcast, but he doesn't speak Yiddish.
Podcast?
He's from Manchester.
Which podcast is this?
I have a podcast in Yiddish called Shmueli Cast.
So there's no way I could do it unless I have ChatGPT translate everything as I'm saying it.
Yeah, so it's a podcast in Yiddish. There's not many Yiddish podcasts, so it's easier for me to do it in Yiddish. It's not so intimidating when people tell me, "Oh, you got to bring up this lawyer or bring up this doctor." And instead of having to call them and being rejected, I just tell them, "Yeah, does he speak Yiddish? He doesn't speak Yiddish." So that it makes it easier for me mentally.
Yeah, but you also lose out. You can't have me on.
That's true. That's true. So maybe one day I will do it in English. My mother only speaks English, and she always says, "Start doing it in English. Do it in English. Do it in English."
Oh, that's why your English is as good as it is. Because I can't imagine in school they taught you that much English.
No, they didn't. And at home, my mother spoke in English, so that's why I know it.
You lucked out.
Won my first. Yes. As I was growing up, I felt different, and I felt like less than. But now it's working in my favor. But you know who I had on my podcast? Nachum?
Yeah. Who?
I changed my format. I did my first podcast in English. It was with Mike Lawler. Mike Lawler, our congressman.
Good
New York
man.
17.
Good man.
Yep. So he came on my podcast. His team actually reached out to me asking if he could come on. So
nice.
He's the first one I did it in English. But I don't think I'm going to continue English. Maybe he's going to be the only one.
Well, let's make a deal. If you ever do transition to English, I'll be your first guest.
You got it, Nachum. I'm making myself a note.
Yeah, make yourself a note. Make yourself a note. I like that. I will be your first guest, please God. So what you brought up the pod. Oh yeah. So I want. He meaning Zaltz couldn't be on your podcast. He doesn't speak Yiddish.
Yeah. So if he's gonna learn Yiddish, he's gonna speak Yiddish. I'll have him on anyway. So he's gonna do the music for Center Stage.
Right.
And then I'm working on a regular album like Macha Brucha, original material.
Nice.
I want to have 10 tracks. And I have already 6 of them. I want to find another 4 good ones and then just put it out already.
Where does he live, Zaltz?
He lives in Lakewood.
Wow. I'd go down there. To interview him. That'd be a fun interview.
He's a fun guy. He's British. He's from Manchester, so he has like an interesting sense of humor. But once you get him, you get him.
Oh, that must be funny. Oh, and he's got the British accent and everything.
He's not so strong, but when I speak to him, he stresses it because he knows I love it.
Oh,
I get a kick out of it.
Wait till the British humor guy encounters Nachum Segal. That should be interesting.
Yeah,
that should be interesting.
Have your own avoider?
Yeah, I mean 100%. I mean, I can hit him now with the American sarcasm. He won't know what's hitting him. Hey, who's there in the car with you? Who's that in the car with you?
My daughter. I thought the interview is going to go till 9:15. I'm taking her to day camp.
What's the name of that? Oh, no, don't tell us the name. Don't do that. But the day camp's in Rockland County?
Yeah, over here in her school.
Very nice.
Yes.
Shmueli Ungar, kol hakavod to you. Congratulations. Horova, baby. Horova. Let's hear it for Horova.
Let's hear it for Horova. And if this interview is going to do something, everybody listening in, you should listen to Horova and start making a kavayas item la Torah every day, at least 5 minutes. Learn, get it in there, and you'll get closer to Hashem and closer to Yiddishkeit.
Shmueli, I'm proud to call you a friend. Thanks so much for joining me this morning.
Absolutely, Nachum. Have a great day.
Sei gesund. Achenu b'Yisrael and achim achem, our brothers and sisters in Israel, we are with you. It's your favorite, America's one and only Jewish Moments in the Morning radio program. Heard on listeners-sponsored digital radio. Around the world, the web at NachumSegal.com, on the Nachum Segal Network, and, of course, on the beloved NSN app.